Oh yeah! Toyota, genuine part. In case you didn't watch the last episode, I had a diff that I had to pull out because it was broken. Long story short, getting the parts that were required to repair that diff, added the prices all up. It wasn't that much more to order a brand new genuine one straight from Japan. Let's open it up, see what we've got in here. Alright, see if we can bust this thing open. Oh yes, look at this little beauty in here. Let's see what we've got in here. You don't know what that is? That's the diff solenoid. That is a thing of beauty. Well, at least in my mind. Alright, let's get under the car. Alright, so cleaned her out. Hit her with some brake cleaner on the surface face, I guess you'd call it. Now time for some silicone. Alright, looks like I got it pretty well covered. Let's see if we can slip this diff in without too much hassle. There is this rod in the way, but I mean, I've got it out. Let's see if we can get back in. It's not the lightest thing in the world. Oh yes. Silicone still looks pretty good. It's not dilly-dally. Let's get this thing bolted up. Now the silicone I used does suggest letting it cure for 24 hours before fully tightening. So I will follow the instructions. Tighten this up. Not super tight, but tight enough. And then we'll let it cure for 24 hours. And then I'll use a torque wrench and just torque it up to the correct torque settings. Like anything that's round, suggests sort of doing it in kind of like a star pattern, I guess you would say, even though it's not going to be a total star, but just go the opposing nuts as you tighten it up, giving each one about the same amount of pressure. Just want to squeeze that silicone out. Obviously this one here wants to be cured for 24 hours, and then do it all the way up. Well, torque wrench it. It's all pretty good. Just put the brand new Diff Lock actuator back on. There we go. And since I already checked it and marked it, I'm leaving it where their marks are because I'd say they're pretty bang on. And then the little breather pipe. This actuator has its own little breather, although I might see if I can get a bit more length out of it. Factory 80 series Saharas do come pretty well set up. Obviously, Diff Lock, I mean, it's got breathers on there which do go up into the engine bay. Not as high as you could get them, but still pretty high. Except for the rear one, but the rear one, obviously I hooked them all up anyway to an aftermarket one. Pretty good for a 1990 model. Better setup than a lot of the new cars today. Alright, hopefully now, fingers crossed, I'll actually have a front working Diff Lock. Was working for ages, but I think I busted it. Alright, might put some shafts in. Get ready to get shafted. G'day. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Give the old mating surface a bit of a... And I will get some new molly grease. Let's give her a bit of a top up. Now friend, a knuckle here. Need the molly grease. Make sure you've got a clean hand. Or a clean gloved hand. Grab it. Pop it in there. Push a bit more grease into the back of the CV. Slide the long dog in. Now we're in. Hopefully didn't wreck anything there in the process. Hopefully the seal is still good. If not, I guess I'll find out when it starts leaking. I'll have to pull it out again. But the seal's pretty new, so fingers crossed she's still good. So let's give it another little bit of a wipe down. That way. Gasket should make a nice seal. So obviously the grease would potentially stop the seal. Try not to get grease on everything. Definitely feels good. New tube sealant. The old rim job. old spindle back on. Alright, might need some tools now. Gotta put these on still. Alright, a go of that goes on like so. Then you start bolting it up. Let's say, uh-oh, I'm missing a bolt, but I'm not. It's just hiding from me. Alright, might get a ratchet for that. Here's a 14mm. Once again, I'm just using the opposing pattern just to do it up slowly. Do each one up gently. As it starts to get tight, you jump to something that opposes it on the opposite side. That way you don't have too much force and bend something in one direction. That's the idea anyway. Right now the silicon's just gently squeezing out, which is what we wanted. I can get the old torque wrench. So it's just on 42 Newton meters, which was about what was recommended from memory. If I'm wrong, sorry, look it up for your own car. Let's again give the old hands a good wipe. Now the wheel bearings, you're on high temp wheel bearing grease. It looks pretty good. As I said, I did it not long ago. Just gonna get it, palm of your hand, push it into the bearing until you see some fresh grease come out the other side. Right, put this baby on. Put the old lid back on so we don't get any contaminants in there. And then, and that's it. Nah. Lucky I made a video about pulling it apart. Alright, so this washer goes first. Then we do the lock nuts and the locking tab. Got the large washer that goes against the bearing. Then we have the nut, which will now do up. And I'll do that as tight as I can. I'll back it off. I'll do it by hand. And give it a little tweak. Get all it needs. And we have the other nut. Bend the tab. Give it a quick clean again. Just pull the shaft towards me a little bit. So when I go to put the clip back on the shaft, the C-clip, it's not a pain in the ass. Here we are. And she's back on. That stops the shaft sliding in. So put back the old cone washers. For some reason I appear to be missing one. So let's have a look. It's over here somewhere. Very strange indeed. Oh, found it. The rest of the washers and nuts. Let's get these all done up. Obviously the cone washers getting driven into the little hubcap. Obviously going to have to put the wheel on to tighten it up all the way, but before I do, just do as much as I can here. Put the caliper back on. Got two lovely caliper bolts. Now I have had a caliper bolt come out on me while I was driving out in the Vic High country. So make sure you do them up tight. I'm sure there's a torque setting, I think it's around 128 or something of that nature, so I'm going to set mine up there and give them a good old yeet. Yeah, make sure I double check it first. Yep, gonna need a bigger socket. And a 17 for these. Looks like I got the bottom one in, but not the top one yet. Alright, doing these up to 84, but I'm going to check them, look it up later and make sure I've got it right. It feels like I might go a touch more. I'll do 98 and then I'll check. Feels pretty good. Now I'm just going to do the other side. Won't bore you with that because it's going to be the exact same thing, rinse and repeat. And then we'll come back when I put the wheels and tyres back on. Well, it's a little bit darker, but the other side is all together. Jacked it back up, putting the wheel on. Alright, that's that side done. How's that? You can see me. There we go. Time for some wheel nuts. So the diff from Japan, I think it took about 8 weeks. I sort of told 4 to 6. Then we did get an update that it was going to take a little bit longer, which is perfect. Yeah, so I think it's been about 8 weeks. She's been parked up here waiting for the diff. She's in, so yeehaw. Excited now. See how the diff lock operates. Hopefully it's just the actuator. I mean, there's a whole new diff in there, otherwise there is an ECU in these for the diff lock system. That could be the only other thing, but the center diff lock and the rear diff lock still work, so pretty confident it's just the actuator. I mean, it was probably 30 years old, so, you know, it did well for 30 years. Actually, it might be more now. 92, 24, is that 30? Yeah, 32 years. Pretty good innings if you ask me. Do they still build them like this in this day and age? Don't know. I guess if the manufacturer did, they'd probably sell a ton of cars. But I don't know if they're if that's their thing these days. What do you reckon? Manufacturers into making cars that are built tough these days? Or built to wear out at certain periods of time, so you have to either get rid of it and buy a new one, or spend a lot in maintenance. Let us know in the comments what you think. Chassis stands out. And we'll put it back on her own set of wheels, I guess you'd say. I'd say your own 2 feet, but she's got 4. Right, we'll give these a torque up. Does anyone out there watching torque their wheels up? That's what I want to know. I don't even know what torque setting I should set it to. What do you reckon? Let me know. I'm going to do 70 and see how it feels. I reckon it's a safe bet. Well, I might go a bit more than 84. I got 84 as a go. Feels pretty good. I mean, I normally just do this by feel anyway. What do you torque your wheels up to? To the other side. But before I do, I might give her a kick in the guts. Here we go. Why don't we have a look inside? I really have to do a clean up. Booyah! See how we go. Oh yeah. What do you reckon? Give her a kick? Oh! OMG! There we go. Right off the bat. Right, might let her idle for a bit. I'll tighten up the other side. But I'll see you when we're doing the test. Alright, time for some oil. The easiest way to get the oil in the diff, little pump. When you fill it up, just fill it all the way up until the oil starts to drip out, and then you know she's full. There we go. Got our drip. I'll put the filler plug back in. Haven't put new washers on there yet, because I'll run this oil for probably about, I don't know, 50 Ks, dump it and replace it. That way if there's anything in there, I'll capture it pretty quickly. Alright, it's time to figure out if I've done the right thing, install the diff, and if we have a front diff locker that now works. Let's give her a crack, eh? Well, she starts. That's the first thing. I am on solid ground, but I'm just going to drive in a straight line. So let's engage. Low range. Kicks in the center diff lock. Why don't we flick on front and rear diff locks. Still flashing. Oh, there we go. Everything is locked in. Rear locker worked, front locker didn't work. Front locker now works, she's all locked in. Center diff lock kicks in. Diff obviously operates. We're good. Time for the next trip, I guess. Guess better make sure we can come out of all the locks. So I'll flick off diff locks. Put it back in the high range. All lockers have turned off. Onto a winner. How good was that? Thank you, Jeff, for your driveway. We are good.